let's take a look at a little bit more complex rational function. I go through the same steps, and the first step is always finding the vertical asymptotes. I start by taking the denominator and setting it equal to 0, and then solving. So I'm going to factor this. X plus 5, x minus 3. So then that means x is equal to -5. That's my first asymptote, and x equals +3. That would be my second vertical asymptote. Okay, so then I'm going to have my axes. Right, there's my x and my y axis, right? And x equals -5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll use dotted lines there on that. And x equals +3. So again, I'm going to do positive, not sure what happened there, but we got our line. So we've got x equals 3 and x equals -5. All right, so now I want to look for the horizontal and oblique. That has to do with the degrees. So in this case, I have a degree 1 over degree 2, less on top than on bottom. So if I look back at my notes, I recognize that means y equals 0, or the x-axis is going to be my horizontal asymptote. So I really don't have to put anything in here because I already have the x-axis graphed. The next thing is the x-intercepts. That's what makes the numerator equal to 0. So x equals -2. So right here at -2, I'm going to be crossing over the axis. Then I want the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is going to be f of 0, and if I plug that in up here, my x's cancel, and I get this -2/15. So on the y-axis back up here, if this is 1, then it's going to be crossing really close to the x-axis there. All right, so remember what the situation is. You've got asymptotes, and those are kind of like our guide marks. So we're going to hug this vertical asymptote here, cross over the x-axis, come across the y-axis, and then probably go down and hug the other one. But what's happening on the other sides of these vertical asymptotes? That's where that last step of the extra points comes in. Okay, so rather than do this all by hand, let's go ahead and look at a calculator. Now, I don't have the 83 version here, but I do have something called Desmos. It gives me some points. What you're going to want to look at is in your table. So I've got this graphed. I can see what it would look like. And then I can also see that when x is 5 in my table, I get 0.35. When x is 4, I get 0.67 roughly, right? So really small numbers, and it's above the x-axis and then comes down over here, stays above, right? On the other side, we're actually going to be on the negative. So when x is -6, I've got -0.44. When it's -7, -1/4. So I come back over here to my graph, and I say, okay, I was right. It does this, and goes down like that. Then over on this one, it was above the axis like that, and over here it's below the axis like that. And that's a rough sketch. That's good enough for us for now.